What is up, guys? This is Syphic coming back at you with a kind of a little late video for you guys. This is kind of my post-Portland Retro Gaming Expo and SC3 event pickups videos. Just showing you guys some stuff that I picked up at the event. Portland was amazing. The event was awesome. I have to admit, we actually were kind of overwhelmed this year. We did have a booth and we sold a lot of stuff. Surprisingly, we still brought back a lot of stuff. I still have a lot of good stuff that I didn't sell, but I sold a ton. I mean, like more than half the Turbo stuff that I took with me is all gone. Sold some duos, sold some systems, picked up some good stuff, and basically, just came home with a lot of goodies that I didn't really have to pay for. Most of it just came from sales that I was able to, stuff I was able to move. I was able to hook up a lot of people. Hopefully, if you were there and bought something from me, hopefully you're enjoying your item. Hopefully I give you guys a good price. Hope you guys are happy. But yeah, the event was amazing. I mean, you guys really have to just check it out. It was just really, really crazy. There was stuff everywhere. I was able to bring home some items that I wanted for myself. And had a great time with all the people that we met up with there as well. So thank you to everybody who we were able to, hang out with, have drinks with, trade with, and so on and so forth. So some of the pickups here are from Portland. Some are from another event called SC3, which is a local event that we have here locally. That's hosted by a good buddy of ours named Steven. And it's kind of like a small little a gamers meetup. I was able to find a lot of really good stuff there as well. So there's a lot of stuff I actually picked up in between my last video and this video, but like I said, a lot of the stuff I couldn't really show because I took with me to the show to Portland. A lot of that stuff sold. I did pick up a nice little duo lot system and a couple of games and some accessories, and those all sold in Portland as well. So I can't really show you guys those anymore. But let's get down to some of the stuff that I was able to pick up from that point on. A good buddy of mine, Sparky, hooked it up with a couple of boxes that I needed for my Turbo set. He was able to get me Final Zone 2, the box for that. And this is actually really, really hard to find box, going up in price a lot. He hooked it up. Another box he hooked it up with that I couldn't find either was King of Casino, which is pretty cool. He actually sent me a few other boxes as well. Those were actually either traded to some friends and stuff like that, or there's a few I gave away. So I made sure those went to a good home as well. So two more, knocking out a couple of more titles to complete the full set. Did another little trade with another buddy of mine, and he hooked it up with the box for Andre Panza Kickboxing. Actually, I traded this box away a long time ago when I wasn't really going for the boxes. But then once I changed my mind and decided to go back into collecting the boxes, I needed this one again. So he hooked it up with this. Also hooked it up with a couple of little manuals. These are actually Canadian variants. There's a Keith Courage and Alpha Zones manual, and then there's the TurboGrafx system manual. And you can see they're black and white. They're not orange and black like the ones we got here. Let's see what else we got here. Hit up a couple of thrift stores actually before the event and was able to pick up King's Bounty Complete. It's probably about a $30 to $40 game, and it was at Savers for $3.99. So couldn't pass that one up, and it is complete. It's for the Sega Genesis. And yeah, there you go. Pretty cool little score before the event. Let's see what else we got here. Stopped at a Savers and picked up a N64 jumper pack for $1.49. Just decided to pick that up, and came also for $1.49 was also the Game Shark SP. This was also a buck. $1.49. These are pretty cool because these are actually like about 50 to 60 bucks. And they go for quite a bit. And let's see what else we got here. So at Portland, I was able to score a box for sidearms. A buddy of ours who came to the event with us said he had the box for this, and he was able to hook it up. So he gave this to me for free. Another box that I needed. Really nice condition. It's really nice shape actually. And thank you to my buddy OG Gamer on Instagram. He's the one that hooked it up with this. Thank you very much. One of the items I kind of paid quite a bit for this item, but to find the box in this condition, or just to find the box at all, I picked up a Raiden Complete. I already have the game, so I'll be selling my copy and keeping this one. And this is a really, really extremely hard to find box. It was there. It was a little pricey. I still got it for, you know, decent deal, but more than I would wanting, you know, to pay for just the box only. But bought the whole thing. So another one knocked out of the final games that I need for the set. Let's have a look. See here. I also did a little trade, and I was actually able to pick up a really nice copy of Wild Guns. Basically traded a manual for Bonk's Adventure for the NES for this really nice copy of Wild Guns. As you can see, there's no label damage at all. These are always label damaged, especially here and then usually here. These are those made in Mexico labels that usually get damaged pretty quickly. Just a small little tiny little nick there, but other than that, it's a really, really nice copy of Wild Guns. So glad to add that to the collection. So that was pretty cool as well. Before the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, we stopped at a video game shop, and I was actually able to pick up Bang-I-O for the Dreamcast. Another pretty hard to find game. It was about a $60 game. I think I paid like $40. You know, it wasn't a crazy deal. It was there, and I just decided to pick it up. So why not? Let's see what else we got from Portland. I had a trade with my buddy Air Force Shields. Basically, he needed something of mine that he used in a trade, and he told me, "Don't worry, I'll get you later." So he got me on this one. So glad to add Magic Knight Ray Earth for the Sega Saturn. It does come with all of the stickers, except for one, which was probably used on the RAM cart. But other than that, it's in really, really nice condition. The disc and everything is inside here, and it is the this variant here. I know people like to know which variant did you get, because Magic Knight Ray Earth and quite a few working design games do come with different discs. I believe for Magic Knight Ray Earth there might be 3 or 4 different variants. Some games have like 6 or 7 different variants, and this is the one that I got. So this game is shooting up in price. Didn't think I was able to gonna be able to get this one, and was able to get that from my buddy Air Force Shield. So thank you. Ran into another buddy of ours, and my boy Berman hooked it up with Captain America and the Avengers for the Genesis. This one I believe is complete. Actually, just missing the manual, so it's just the game and the box. So thank you. Nice to add that. And then he also hooked it up with a few NES boxes that he happened to have with the manuals. That's NES Play Action Football, Double Dribble, and George Foreman's KO Boxing. So thank you, Berman, for hooking it up with those. And let's get to some more of the pickups from Portland here. These are some pretty nice ones. These were all traded in, actually. A buddy of mine on YouTube, the Gamer HK, I believe is his name. If I'm forgetting, sorry. But you know who you are. He had a bunch of Turbo games he wanted. So he gave me a nice stack of games, some N64 stuff, SNES stuff. I was able to flip some of the stuff I already had that he gave me, and then I was able to keep the ones that I didn't have. Now, the ones that I kept were a really nice copy of The Peacekeepers for the Super Nintendo, a copy of Shadowrun, also for the Super Nintendo, and a copy of Super Bomberman for the Super Nintendo, which I also did not have. So these 3 I kept. The other items that he traded in, I was able to resell there at the event, and I think it was a very fair trade. He got some really nice Turbo stuff, so I think he probably already posted a video probably showing that stuff as well. A buddy of mine at a booth actually gave me this game for the Mega Drive called Underline, I believe is what it is. Mega Drive game by Palsoft. I think this is like a pretty expensive title. I haven't played it yet, but I'll definitely check it out when I get my Mega Drive hooked up. So thank you. Also was able to make a nice deal for this game. This is a pretty rare game for the Super Nintendo. Might be one of the top 5 rarest games for the Super Nintendo. Was able to make a deal with a guy there at our booth, and that is a copy of Aero Fighters. And this is actually a really nice copy of Aero Fighters. As you can see, actually it's in a little case here, but the label is super shiny and super mint. Looks like it's never been played, honestly. The box has little scuffs, but the card itself is super mint. So nice to add Aero Fighters to the Super NES collection. Very nice. Pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here. That was pretty much it actually for Portland. Most of the stuff all came from Portland. So it was an amazing weekend. So imagine getting all this stuff plus about $5,000 in sales and stuff like that. And like I said, I still brought home a ton of stuff. There's still a ton of stuff left over here that I brought back, that I could still, you know, take to another expo. So it was just insane. I still can't stop raving about how awesome Portland was. You guys got to definitely check it out next year. So this is stuff I got from SC3. I was able to get a couple of items from my close buddy. He had a couple of disc-only Sega Saturn titles, and I picked them up. I believe I've got these for 80 bucks, 40 each. So that's Saturn Bomberman. I already have this game, so this will be for trade. And then I got Guardian Heroes, which I also already have, so these will both be for trade. I'm going to try to see if I can complete them, see if I can find the case and manual for both of these, and then hopefully use them as trade bait for some goodies. So we'll see, but yeah, 40 bucks a piece for these was a pretty nice deal, especially for Saturn Bomberman, which is shooting up in price. Insane. Let's see, ran into a guy I had made a deal with for some turbo stuff a few videos back, and turns out he was going to be at the SC3 event, so we actually were able to meet up with him ahead of time, before the event, before all the other guys, you know, bum rush all his stuff, and was able to get some pretty nice items. I was able to pick up the House of the Dead for the Sega Saturn. This is a pretty hard to find game, and he happened to have it in really nice condition. Gave me a really good price on this, so I definitely picked that up. So nice to add House of the Dead on the Saturn. And he had a couple of other items that are pretty hard to find, like for instance Power Slave. This game actually has been shooting, I think, over 100 now. I think it might be like 130 now. Pretty hard to find, a first-person shooter. Yeah, Power Slave for the Sega Saturn. And then he happened to have this disc, which was pretty cool. It's not complete, it's missing the manual in the case, but that's a Sonic Adventure Limited Edition. I believe this was exclusive to maybe Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, I can't remember, but basically when the kiosks were sent out early to game stores, they were sent with a version of Sonic Adventure Limited Edition, which was only available with the kiosk. So not sure if you were able to buy these later, maybe when they cleared out their Dreamcast stuff, but these are pretty hard to find. Disc only, probably about 80 bucks, maybe 50 to 80 bucks. Complete, maybe over 100, but I'll try to find the case and manual for it. It does have a little case special edition on there, but it's pretty nice to get the disc at least, and it's a really, really nice condition. And last but not least, my buddy Secret Game Stash found a 3D glasses set at the swap meet, and he hooked me up. 20 bucks. It's missing the manual. Does have the glasses intact, not broken. Has the adapter and the styrofoam. It's probably seen better days, but still pretty nice to have this for only 20 bucks. Yeah, so you can't beat that. Thank you, Secret Game Stash, for the deal on that. And that's about it, actually. There is more stuff that I've picked up. I'm going to do another video. Didn't want to make this one too long, but there is a bunch of really nice stuff that I picked up as well after the events. Some other wheeling and dealings and some other moves that I made, and let's just say that the next video is going to be a pretty killer one, because it basically shows me completing something that I've been wanting to complete for a while. So yeah, so that's about it, guys. This is just a quick, kind of a quick impromptu video. I realized I needed to get another video up for you guys and let you know how Portland went. Like I said, I could go on and on and on about how great the event was, and you just have to experience it for yourself. It's just an awesome event. So yeah, so thank you to all the people who threw Portland, all the people who threw SC3, and everybody out there who's helped me get some pretty good deals as well. Hopefully you guys are having some awesome luck out there, finding some good retro. Like I said, there's still a lot out there waiting to be found. Yeah, until next time, guys, this is Syphic. Take care. Lates.